We are recording, and I've got my hat here. When shit gets real, dude.
You think you're gonna put it on, or?
Yeah, when it gets real, dude. When it gets time to put it on.
Okay, when it gets real, put the hat on. So Marcus, welcome back to the channel, of course, man. A lot to discuss today on a different topic for the people. And what we were going to talk about is customer service when it comes to stores and businesses, I would say, when it comes to video games. So I'm going to just start off a little bit, my experience. Today, I went to go look for a game, and the game is called Gunvolt for the Gunvolt Striker Pack. Well, Action Striker Gunvolt. For the PS4, I got a physical edition today, and I didn't know who had it in stores. I figured GameStop would get it in their store, and I went to GameStop. They didn't get it today. No GameStop had the game. Like, wow, okay, so GameStop's known, they're the game store, so they're supposed to get this type of stuff. But then when I went there, the lady's like,
not Taco Stop, you know?
I know, right? The lady said, "Did you pre-order it?" And I'm like, no, I didn't really even know it was coming out. I just found out kind of like a couple days before, so I figured, they were getting them or whatever. And she said, "No, if you don't pre-order, we're not getting the stuff in the stores." I'm like, what? So I started looking around like, man, no wonder the store is empty, man. That type of like customer service. I mean, I felt like she was a little bit rude, but at the same time, maybe you could just say she was just being like, just putting it out there. I went to another store, and that was Best Buy. Best Buy had the game, all the games that were released today, easy like that. So that just shows you like, wow, Best Buy, I mean, they're taking care of business. You know what I mean? I just felt like I have a better experience getting a brand new game at a store other than GameStop. It makes me feel bad because as much as I've talked good about GameStop when it comes to getting used games and stuff like that, I felt like, I just feel like it's a slap in the face in a way that they don't get to pre-order it, sir. We're not going to get it. I'm like, huh? Like, is that how you talk to your people? Like, you're trying to force us to pre-order stuff? I mean, sometimes we might not have the money to pre-order it at the time or whatever. Maybe like something like that, or we just want to get it when we pay it all off when the game's out. I don't know. But it's just, I don't know, their whole thing with how they treat people when it comes to like pre-orders, it's really gotten out of hand. It's just a bad experience for me, man. So it's the first one I had with GameStop in a while. Some of you guys may laugh about that, but I usually keep my GameStop experience pretty minimal when it just keep the used game stuff. But it just kind of put a bad taste in my mouth, man. So I think from now on, I think I'm going to be hitting up Best Buy when it comes to new games that I want to pick up that are coming out. Now, going back to older videos, I know people will go back to this old video. I told people why I don't buy new games or whatever like that when they come out because they're too expensive. Those are like the $60 games, like titles like that, end up being $65 with tax. But somewhere around the $40 range on a game I want, I could pick that up because it's less than $50. So I could do that on a brand new title. Another reason I would use GameStop is because you could trade in some stuff to get a newer game at a cheaper price. So I'm not paying full retail. I can trade in something I don't want, stuff like that. That's enough about that. Marcus, you had any GameStop experiences like I've had, or do you think I'm just being too crazy about it?
No, I don't think you're crazy, especially with coronavirus right now, and you're taking time to drive there because they're a retail brick and mortar store. You would expect that they have inventory of popular games that are released. It is GameStop. It's not Taco Stop or Waterbed Stop. I mean, you're going there to get games, and it's not like you're getting some weird retro release. You're getting a PS4 game.
Yeah.
And if Best Buy's got it, clearly there's some kind of disconnect there. I think it's probably because GameStop is struggling, and they're just trying to gauge sales on certain titles.
Power to the players. As much as they've told us that over the years, man. I mean, they got to step it up, man. Even during these rough times, they got to represent and show everybody that this is where you get your new games from. But they didn't do that today, and I'm very disappointed, man. I know I'm not trying to be like all like I'm the only one that's disappointed or whatever like that. But it's just like, man, I just felt like, I don't know. I mean, getting a game from Best Buy over GameStop is just weird to me. A brand new game.
Yeah.
And it happened before with us. Remember when I got Resident Evil 2? I got it at Best Buy instead of GameStop. So, but Yeah, that's all I have to really say about GameStop, man. I mean, like I said, it's just like when it comes to like customer service, man, I feel like they should really look out for you to try to comfort you in a way to like where, oh, well, sir, we'll try to get the game in for you in a couple of days if you or you pay for it or something. I don't know, something like that would have helped. Maybe not really because I wanted it today, but I don't know.
She could have said something to the effect of like, "Hey, I understand," and you know, whatever. She could have explained that. I don't know. She could have been a little more sympathetic, I guess, right? Like, wouldn't that make you feel a little better? Instead of
maybe it would have been. I mean, I don't know because the game not being there already like got me because they advertised it as coming out today. Like, we're gonna have this game, and I go down there, boom, they don't have it. Okay,
dude, that's crazy. Especially if you go by and you see a poster of the game, like on the window.
Yeah,
that's where, or like one of those flyers on the tape, you know, the tent.
Hey,
like
nobody pre-ordered.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
You know, I remember something like that happened once with me because I never pre-order stuff, but I once did, and it was for Mortal Kombat X on PS3, and then it never got released.
Oh, those were a thing.
Do you remember how it never got released?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, and so I never pre-ordered anything, and I was in there, and I was like, yeah, okay, I'll pre-order it, fine. I'm like, that sounds cool, and it's on PS3 and all this, and then I went to go check in on it, and yeah, like it was canceled. I'm like, what do you mean it was canceled? I pre-ordered it, you know. It's like, what is this, Kickstarter? This is GameStop.
Yeah, that's pretty annoying, man. I mean, to find out that your game got canceled, I mean, that must have been like,
well, yeah, this is like my first pre-order from them, for sure.
So you were let down immediately.
Yeah, it was a fatality.
So, any other experiences you had, like with like customer service, like?
Yeah, dude, you know it, man. So, I've got kind of a trilogy of terror with, I've talked about them before. Limited fun games, man, and limited. It's weird because limited run. On one hand, like I don't want to just rip them to shreds because I have some appreciation for them. One, they're a small company. You know, they're not some publicly traded company. I don't
know about that, man. They've been putting out a lot of titles. Like they publish more titles than certain companies.
I know. I mean, I'm just saying, like, they're still relatively small in the world of like game publishers. Like, I mean, you know, there's a ton of companies now that do this like limited release. I mean, signature games and like, dude, we could sit here and go down the list of like how many games are released in certain ways. I think limited run though, they're kind of weird how they've shifted to pre-orders a lot of the time. Not on every release. Like the other day they did Metal Slug XX and that sold out fast. And that's actually one of my stories here. But so I like supporting companies that are small, and they're small enough. I mean, I don't know how, I mean, you know, they're definitely under like 100 employees, right? I mean, there's no way they're over 100 employees. I don't know. Anyway, they're relatively small for publishers, where I feel like, and the other thing I like is that generally their games are priced okay. Like if you just get the normal standard edition, they're like anywhere from $25 to $35 versus like the collector editions, which I mean, that could be like a whole nother topic. But one thing that they used to do is that they used to give you these loyalty coupons. And so Reggie would collect them. He didn't really use them, so he gave me some.
Yeah, I did give you a bunch when I had them before. I remember that.
Yeah, and they
check this out. I found one the other day.
Perfect. There you go. This? Yeah, show it to the camera again, man, so people see that thing. They don't do this anymore.
Hopefully, I'm trying to get it to focus.
Yeah, so this is like an old system that they had, and there you go. There's even the barcodes, so someone could use that.
Oh.
No, I'm kidding. No, they're pretty much defunct, dude. So basically, though, you would get this with every game that you got. And then when you had like, I don't remember if it was like 30 of them or 20 of them, you could apply it toward a game, a purchase. And when it first came out, it was like, I'm almost positive, dude, that it used to be a free Vita or PS4 game. And so I redeemed a couple because I was like buying these. I would buy games like I did a bunch of top 10 videos, and I would want to talk about physical release games like shoot 'em ups and platformers. And so I would try and get some of these for my videos. Anyway, they shifted that to be where now it's like $25 off of a game. And so the very first time that I encountered a little hiccup with their system is when they released Golf, and they released a limited cartridge.
Wait, Golf, the golf game, right?
Yeah, it was a golf game.
Golf.
And I don't remember what system, if it was on any other system. It was like, what was it, dude? It was like a mini game in another game.
It was a mini game on the Golf Story game, I believe.
Yes. Nice, dude. Good job.
Okay.
So Golf, they made into an NES cart, and they produced a green one and a white one. And it was pretty rare. Like anytime limited run games would do like an NES cart, that would always sell out really fast, you know? Right. And pretty much usually any limited release of an NES cart tends to go fast. Like, anyway, so they released it, and I don't remember what it was. It was like they have this rule that you have to email them the day before the release if you want to redeem your coupons. So I wrote them the day before, and I had already mailed in coupons. Mm-hmm. And I said, hey, can I apply these coupons to Golf tomorrow, because I know it's going to sell out really quick, and can I just do that, and then I'll pay the difference, you know? And so I followed their little rules, and they wrote back and they said, sorry, Marcus, Golf on the NES is too limited.
Now I remember this story. You told me this a couple years ago.
Yeah, I'm like, too limited? I'm like, what the hell, dude? This is limited run games, like, but okay, fine, you know, too limited. All right. So then the next day, I tried to get it like first thing in the morning. That didn't work. I tried again at 3. I did not get it. And I was bummed. And then they had such a bad backlash and scalpers are already listing them because they used bots, you know? I mean, dude, bots are like a whole other thing. And they used bots. It was before they fixed their checkout system too, so bots could really go to town. And anyway, shit was popping up on eBay. And anyway, they ended up doing this thing where they said, okay, we're going to do a Google sheet where you can, like, I don't know what it was. It was like, we're going to cancel orders that we find on eBay. And we're going to cancel them. And whoever fills this out, in order of filling this out, we will reserve one of these canceled copies for you. And we plan on going through the entire eBay, blah, blah, blah. I don't know how they're going to do it. Anyway, I filled it in right away. And they let you do both the green and the white. And fast forward, like, I don't know, months later, I was like checking on that. And they're just like, yeah, we were unable to secure any copies, or they could only get like a couple copies from, I don't know what they did. But anyway, point is, that thing was like a nightmare, and it was fine, whatever. But it was weird getting the email back. Sorry, Marcus, you can't apply your loyalty coupons to this product that we're selling because it's too limited. And yeah.
Okay, real fast about that before you continue, because when that whole thing with the Golf came out, they limited run. It came to Portland Retro Gaming Expo, and I believe this was back in 2018. And they had their leftover games that they sell and everything like that. And then on Saturday, I think it was Sunday, they opened up their booth again, and they put Golf down, like the game in the cartridge there. I said, "Oh wow, is this for sale, dude? I know someone's looking for it." I said, "No, sir, this is sold out." I'm like, why are you posting it here like this, dude? Well, he made it sound like they act like they're gonna get more copies of it, but that never happened. I was like, dude, why would you do that to people? Like that's messed up. Like I thought that I was gonna actually secure you a copy there, but it was a case with no game in it too.
I remember you telling me about that. Yeah,
I was like, wow, dude, like that's so weird and messed up. But I don't know, man. It's just I don't know what to say about it. You know, as far as dealing with them at conventions, man, they always been really cool. And I met Doug before. He's a nice guy. Maybe I don't know, man. Maybe the rules are just, I don't know what to say.
They definitely have some rules. So here's a couple other things that happen. One of them's really similar. And so Metal Slug XX came out the other day. And in the morning, it sold out pretty quick. And I missed it. And I'm like, oh, shit. All right.
Not Golf quick, though, right?
Dude, not Golf quick. It was like I was slacking a little bit, but truthfully, it hasn't been what it used to be with any of their releases, because they open the pre-order windows on most of them, and then the limited ones, you know, they usually don't sell out right away. But yeah, Metal Slug XX sold out fast. So I was like, well, it's like 7:30. I'm on the West Coast, so I emailed them and I was like, hey, I've got one set of coupons with you guys. I'm like, is there any chance I can apply this to Metal Slug XX today for the 3 p.m. batch because I missed this morning? And they wrote back and they're like, no, sorry, our policy is that you have to let us know by 6 p.m. the previous day. And I'm like, oh, okay. And what's weird about it, everybody here, is that it's like, that's fine. That's a fine response. But like from a company, if you have like these coupons and you're like, the whole point of the person using the coupons is because they're a loyal customer because of their loyalty coupons.
Right.
And then you're going to say like, oh yeah, you missed it. Our cutoff was 6 p.m. Sorry. Like, I don't know, man. Like if that was like in a store or something, I'd just be like, oh, okay. Thanks.
Like a generic response, like just a regular.
Yeah. And unfortunately at 3 o'clock I did get one and, whatever. Anyway, so that's fine. It's not a big deal. The last thing that I had happen with him, which Reggie and I were going to do this video a few days ago, but I wanted to wait to see what they wrote back on this other thing. And so basically the way that they work is, and this happens a lot with different companies, like East Asia Soft does it. And what I'm getting at is when you order something that's a pre-order and then you add items that are in stock on that, they hold on to it and they ship it at once, Mm-hmm. And that means that games that are in stock that maybe you're hoping to get will be held up until the pre-ordered item is ready to ship. And that can be like a year, you know what I mean? It can take
PlayAsia does the same thing.
Yeah, PlayAsia.
I was waiting on the game and it's like that the game is called, but the game hasn't been hasn't been released, and they've been holding all this stuff because they want to. Go ahead. Sorry, I mean, cut you off.
No, man, you're fine. But yeah, like having them hold back. So anyway, what happened was one of my games that I ordered was Blasphemous on PS4, which is a really pretty awesome like hack and slash kind of side-scrolling
Metroidvania type.
I think it's got some Metro. I haven't played it. I don't have it.
Oh, you don't have it.
Yeah, but anyway, so like I ordered it, and along with it was some other game that was pre-ordered that day from Limited Run, and that's been quite a while ago. I mean, I don't know, like over 6 months, And so, meanwhile, I've got stuff that's shipping from Limited Run. You can go into your account and you can see what's shipping, like what's next,
Right.
And so anyway, I emailed them and I just said, hey, is there any way you guys can send me Blasphemous? Because I have a video I want to do, a top 10 video. And I said this, a top 10 video. And I talk about you guys in videos and stuff. And I was not trying to play like an influencer card because seriously, that's not the way I look at myself. But I was like, it's cool publicity for you guys. I'd like to talk about Blasphemous in this top 10. So is there any way you can take that and put it with the next shipment? And they're like, sorry, Marcus, our policy is we can't split up the orders. You're just going to have to wait till the pre-order window happens, whenever that is. And I was like, and I just wrote back and I was like, well, damn, that sucks. And I was like, that's a total bummer. I guess I understand where you're coming from. But I mean, and I actually kind of pleaded once more and I said, it's just funny to me because I have so many things shipping from you guys. And I even put like what's coming up. Like this is my order shipping next week. I'm like, to me, if I'm ordering all this stuff, you could easily just go find my packed up order or whatever that's waiting for the pre-order, take Blasphemous out, put it in the box and mark it as shipped. Like it doesn't seem to me like a crazy thing. And anyway, the person wrote back and this is what I got today and was like, yeah, sorry, Marcus, it's just our policy. We can't split up shipments. Hope you have a great day. And it was just disappointing. I mean, just because
have a great day part seems like it really should have been added. I like that they reference you by your name, of course, but that's probably generic.
Well,
of course.
I don't know, dude. I just wish that it was. Yeah, I mean, that was good. It's just kind of like the thing that kind of bugs me about it is like, how crazy is that to be able to help a client who's a loyal client, maybe who is trying to. I don't know.
Beginning.
Whatever, yeah, or I mean, even if I'm not doing a top 10 video, like maybe I'm just like someone who is doing some kind of, I don't know, collaboration or artistic project with something that they do. I mean, I don't know, man. It just seems like help out your clients if you can. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know what to say to it, man, to be honest with you. As far as my interactions with Limited Run, you know, I was with them in the early days. I haven't ordered from their site since like 2018. I think the last Cosmic Star Heroine, if you remember that one, and I kind of fell off from it because there was a lot of stuff going on, with, like too much stuff coming out for me. I feel like I like the company. I think they're a good company. And you've been with them since the beginning. You about to get serious on us, man. What's going on?
I'm all right.
All right. But you've been with them since the beginning and everything like that. They released back in the day. I think it was that RPG, Saturday Morning RPG, right?
Oh, right. Yeah, I had that. Yep. And I don't order anything, just so you guys know, I don't order anything except PS4 games. I don't have a Switch still, so I don't order any Switch releases.
I was about to tell you because Blasphemous got released on the Switch at Best Buy from Limited Run. They had
That's what you were saying. That's what you're saying, dude. Was it Limited Run there?
Limited Run puts out some of their Switch titles and some PS4 titles in some cases at Best Buy. You can pick up some games there, but I don't really see it happening that much. But it happens enough to where it's cool. But obviously, you wanted a game for PS4.
Well, yeah, but I mean, honestly, whatever. I mean, at this point, I'm just like, at least I don't know.
Do you feel like it's more of a customer service issue, or do you feel like they could have tried to meet you somewhere?
I
honestly felt they could have met you in the middle at least. I think, but I don't know.
From my point of view, I would go back and try and I would go back and try and find the guy's package and be like, I'm going to move the game from this and I'm going to mark it in inventory and just send it on.
It's done.
I would do that. Yeah, like 100%. That's how I do everything in my real life job as far as customer service and clients. I mean, like the other thing that you can think of too is like if Limited Run has 10,000 clients, that's a lot of clients, right? Which, by the way, I think is probably high. But let's say that they have 10,000 repeat clients. If you have 4 salespeople and you divide that up, you got 2,500 each person. And that's, by the way, I think I'm way overestimating. Like one person would get to know, let's say out of those 2,500 people that are repeat, probably like a good 100 or so, maybe 200 people that are pretty regular and start to know like what their story is. Like, I don't know, man. Like to me, I just feel like there is something cool to that. Maybe customer service is lost in that sense, but there's something really awesome to get to know your clients and like to the people who come in and buy stuff from you, whether it's a virtual online store or not. Like there is a touch there with that person, and there's something that's still cool. Like you can still like talk about games with them, and some of the people that I buy from online, I think still have that. Like, you know, that I don't know. I've gotten some really cool responses from people, man, that, you know, like just have good customer service. Here's an example real quick. The DMV. All right. Oregon State DMV, right? That's a big operation, man. They get a lot of calls, especially with COVID right now. Someone stole one of my tags off of my license plate, like the number, the month, right? So I had to get a new one. And I called up and I waited on hold forever. And when I got the person, man, they were like so friendly. And he was just like, oh, he's like, I can't believe someone would take that. He's like, what? He's like, but since I've been working here, he's like, I've seen some weird stuff. He's like, people do the weirdest stuff, you know? And he's like, don't worry about it. Hang on a second. Let me just get you on hold. He's like, normally we don't mail these. Normally you have to go in person, but I'm going to go ahead and just talk to someone. Hang on. And he comes back and he's like, hey, we're going to send you out those tags. You know, don't worry about it, you know? And anyway, he was just like really cool. And I'm like, hey man, have you heard of using a razor to cut an X on them, you know, so they come off in sections? Right. And he's like, well, actually, in theory, it's supposed to come off in sections when you pull it now. That's the way that they're designed. He's like, but it doesn't always work. And anyway, I'm just saying, like,
more of a hassle.
How boring is it to work at the DMV? But yet, even then, I was able to find someone who would like want to talk about something so mundane.
Yeah, they cared enough to like, you know, maybe, yeah, I know.
And then we have this like awesome, exciting hobby, and video games and gaming, and and then you just get these like lame ass shit like, oh, sorry, Marcus, that's too limited. I mean, dude, what the hell is that?
I mean, obviously you want to pay the eBay prices for it, right?
I don't know, man. Golf is like $100 on eBay.
Right now?
Yeah. I looked it up before the call just to know, before we did this, just so I could say how much it was, in fact. So yeah, it's just going for, I mean, that's what people are asking. I didn't look it sold,
All right. Well, Marcus, thanks for talking with me about this. I understand where you're coming from. Maybe you understand where I'm coming from too, about the GameStop stuff and everything. But everybody, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Let us know in the comments what you think about the topics we talked about in this. And that's all we got for you guys. Radical Reggie, Retro Game Players, and we will see you later.
Later.
You just want to see me how long I can hold that face.
You froze a couple times, but nothing too bad.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, man.
Oh, sorry, Marcus, that's too limited. I mean, dude, what the hell is that?